X is the area behind the cage. It's very valuable to attack from X because the goalie and the defenders have to constantly turn their head to see where the ball is. It's not out in front of them. When you're attacking from X, the first thing you should ask is, where's your defender standing? Right in front of you, or are they pinching in towards the goal? Second, how are they holding their stick? What hand and where are they holding it? Third, try to get your defender to turn their head in the opposite direction of where they want to go. So here we have a defender on the ball playing square up. It leaves open that inside space where attack one can simply go in, drive in, and shoot. And I'll show a video that shows a great example of this one, two of them actually. Or attack one can make the cross pass to a cutting midi. That's midi number 2. And midi number 2 can have a great on-the-run shot. All of these things are great, but the real key, if this is open, then you want to get the defender to look the other way, towards the sideline. How do you do that? A cutter comes down and yells, help, 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 and attack one fakes that way. That gets the defender leaning that way, hopefully even looking that way. Now, that inside drive is open, as is the inside pass. Now, as a note to our defenders, if you ever get a cutter coming out this way, don't look. Hey, look, it's Harry Styles. Don't look to the sideline away from your player, because they're setting you up. There's never a reason for defender number 1. Hey, look, Harry Styles holding a puppy. Don't turn to the left side, to the sideline, because nothing good can come from that. There's no reason to ever look away from the cage when you're standing at goal line extended. Now, what happens if the defender plays right next to the crease, as they sometimes do? It leaves open this pass to a cutting M1 for a shot. And again, if you fake first across to M2, and if M2 can come in, then you can get the defender to plant. Here's a play from the national championship game. North Carolina player comes in, spins, and shoots. Now, if we break it down, first question we ask is, where's your defender standing? So as North Carolina player comes around, the Maryland player number 14 is standing straight in front of her. Look at all that room on the inside. Passing lane is not open, right? So what you do when you see this is, the first thing you do is you try to draw your defender a little bit farther out. And as you do that, it opens up your inside space, and you can see how your defender is going to cover you. Then you spin, and while you spin, you keep your stick vertical. That way it can't be checked. So look at North Carolina player's stick never gets horizontal. It stays vertical, basically uncheckable. Looks like she's sitting in a chair against her, and then she fires from her shoulder. She doesn't lean way back to shoot, because then her stick could be checked. So if you watch the whole play one more time, here she comes around. 14's actually doing a good job. 14 covers the passing lane, spin inside, shoot from the shoulder, and a goal. Same play, same type of play with a different dodge. What's happening here is the defender is covering the passing lane. She's holding the stick in her left hand. She's a right-handed player, but she's holding her stick right there. Look at that. The inside's open, but you can't hit what would be midi number 1 from our demonstration. So she draws her defender further out, and again, a little fake there to a cutting M1 would really set it up well. But then she switches to her left hand. Can't see it clearly, but she switches to left for the drive. Once she establishes body position, she switches to right and shoots from her shoulder so she doesn't get checked. So you watch this play again, and you'll see the same kind of defense. The defender is a right-handed defender, but holding the stick at the bottom of the stick in her left hand. Passing lane's covered, so switch to left, drive, back out to right. Now, what happens when the defender plays close to the crease? This is where you bring on the cutters. So here's a play from the Loyola versus Florida game. And pass comes around, and easy pass. Why does this work? Because, first of all, as we break this thing down, your defender is standing really close to the crease. So you don't have that inside drive or inside pass available. Instead, what you have is a pass. Now, the defender's right-handed. As a right-hander defending a right-hander, playing that way, you can't reach your stick around to block a pass over that shoulder. It just doesn't work. You can't reach your stick out far enough. It's too awkward because your top hand, your right hand, is on the stick there. So when the cutter comes, there's nothing the defender can do when they're pinched in right there to defend against a really simple pass and shot. Here's another play using the same principle. Here comes the defender. Defender's running. and a really simple pass to a cutter. Why does this work? Now look at the defender is right-handed and dragging her stick. So right here, look at that. The white player can pass right over the blue player's shoulder because it's a righty versus righty. That you're not even covered when that's happening. Makes for an easy pass. And again, shooting quickly, don't hang your stick. So when this happens, when you have a right-handed person holding their stick that way, covering you right-handed, you are not covered. You pass right over their shoulder, or you shoot right over their shoulder if you have a shot available. But as we get more advanced, people are going to be running with you. Here's what I love about this play, is setting it up. The worst thing in the world is just stand there and pass the ball around the circle and hope that your defender just falls asleep. Here, look what happens. The first time the defender comes out the attack comes out right-handed, the defender has the stick in her left hand, holding it at the bottom. So it's a right-handed defender, but she's holding it in the passing lane right there. So there's not really much of anything available here. Rather than force it, the white attack drives hard on the lefty side, and look, the defender switches and runs this way and then grabs her stick. And it's very important the defender grabs her stick, because now as she runs back, look, it's in her hand, the passing lane over her shoulder is open, and she can't adjust quickly enough. A cutter is smart and is coming. Right over the shoulder goes the pass, and it goes in every time. So you can see how that by really working this, not just trying to force something, but then hard left and then coming back, and she's holding the stick in her right hand, that angled pass right over the defender's shoulder will always be available, and there's nothing the defender can do.